Hello everybody. I recently had a customer request that I send a single coin into PCGS for grading and a variety attribution. They believed that they had found the big one when it comes to 1794 large cent varieties. My customer claimed to have found an example of the 1794 starred reverse large cent. The starred reverse 1794 large cent is by far the most famous of all of the many 1794 varieties. And we will show you what that looks like right here. This coin here is the AU50 example, and you can see here on the reverse, right between the denticles here, we'll zoom in, are little tiny stars. This is cataloged as the Sheldon 48 variety. The coins feature 94 of these small stars between the 83 denticles along the reverse rim. Because of the small size of these stars and their proximity to the rim of the coins, evidence of the stars on the reverse can wear away in lower grades, and therefore attribution in lower grade coins becomes very difficult, if not impossible. And I brought up a couple pictures of a few others just to refresh myself what they look like, and so you can see as well. Again, this one here is an AU50 example, and you can see the stars all the way around. Sometimes they get hidden by the denticles, but pretty cool variety there. This one here is a variety that an example that graded fine 15, but again, all along you can see there's the stars kind of poking through there. Down in the lower part of the coin, around I'd say 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock is where they see them most prominently. And that was a fine 15, and even on a very low grade, look at the reverse is almost slick. This one graded fair 2, which is just about as low as they get. But even here, down on the very lower rim, you can kind of see there's a couple places where you can identify a few of the stars between the denticles. And since this is the only variety that has that on the reverse, you know what it is just based on that, even though the rest of the reverse is pretty much slicked out. Approximately 50 examples of this rare variety have been attributed in all grades. There are differing opinions as to why this variety may have been produced in 1794, but it seems like nobody knows for certain. What is certain is that these, let's go back to the big one, that these starred reverse 1794 large cents are awesome, and it's a very sought after variety, and one heck of a cherry pick if you're able to find one of those out there in the wild. So, very excited about this potential find. My customer sent the coin to PCGS directly under my account, so I've never seen it before. I didn't have an opportunity to look at it in advance, and I have not even seen pictures of this coin. They called me up, says, can I send this in under your account? I want to get it in there right away. They sent it, and based on the potential value of the coin, they sent it in under one of their rush services. So only once we open this box right here will I get to see this coin along with you. So let's go ahead and get it open and see what we got, or see what my customer got at least. That there. Try not to cut my fingers off. These PCGS ones aren't too bad to get open. Oh, almost spoke too soon. Alright, I think that cracks it open there. I'm going to have to pull this away just a second because there's going to be an invoice in here. It might have mine or my customer's info on there. So let me just slide this to the side, pop out. This looks like I can show they always send new grading forms, so they want more business from you. And there is the box that's inside. You can see there's nothing else in the box there. That's how they ship it. And this is weird. I've never seen them do this before. They must be doing something different there, but they got the black top on the blue bottom of the box, so that's interesting. Not sure about that. I'm guessing this is what they sent in the rest of the box. Again, this was folded up around it. This is just some new grading forms and then some advertisements. I'm guessing the actual customer information is in here, so I might have to pull it away for another second. we'll get our handy box opening tool removed here. Let's get this open, and this is not looking good right now, but let's get this out of the way. There's a bunch of paperwork there. I just slid away the coin I didn't touch yet. Look at the form real quick. Okay, there we go. That's just a packing slip. And this is just a copy of our submission form and how much money we had to pay to get this graded. Alright, so what we got here is there's no slab in this box, which is a bad sign. That means PCGS did not grade this as we thought. So let's see what they did here. They ship it to us like this. Sometimes they used to call this like a body bag. That means that the coin didn't make it into a holder for whatever reason. It does tell you there's a coin inside here, so let's see what we got. And right here, 1794, 1 cent, authenticity unverifiable, head of 1794. So I can see right away it's a very low grade example, and you can probably see that too. That's the reverse. And here is the obverse. It's pretty, it looks like it's pretty corroded. So when they say authenticity unverifiable, that could mean a couple things. It could mean that he just couldn't verify the variety as the starred reverse. But in that case, I would guess that they would have put it in a holder, just saying 1794 large cent, and they just wouldn't have said starred reverse. When they say authenticity unverifiable, that means they might not be able to identify which variety of 1794s, because there's a few different major types, just based on the wear and corrosion and just the condition. Or they just might think it's a complete counterfeit. I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this under the microscope real quick just to see if we can see anything out offhand. And we can see it's pretty corroded. You can see there's the date there. And just to me, just the way that date looks at the bottom, it's really tough to see. And let me try to adjust my lighting a bit. It looks odd to me. I don't know the 1794 varieties as a lot of people might, but that just looks odd to me. Let's turn on the microscope light and see if that, you can kind of see a little bit more detail on the brown copper. Like that 7 looks a little tilted weird. So maybe they just think it's a complete counterfeit. I'm not sure. But let's look at the reverse, which is what my customer got all excited about in the first place. Let me unfold the flip a little bit. I might take it out of the flip. Yeah, I'm going to have to take this out of the flip. We're just getting tons of reflection. And when I take it out of the flip, I don't see anything immediately that makes me think that it's not genuine. I mean, but out of all this, this here is the bottom of the coin. And I know if you're not really familiar with the large cent design, again, here we got the wreath going around. I'm using a pencil here to point. Down here's the bow at the end. The bow is right here, and then here's the couple ribbons, and then here it would say 1 over 100 right down here at the bottom. And remember, the best place we would see those stars is probably from about 8 o'clock to about 6 o'clock. So right there in these denticles. So let's see if we can make out anything that our customer might have been thinking they had, or was our customer just using some imagination and a whole bunch of wishful thinking they had a very expensive variety. We're going to zoom in the microscope to see if we can come anywhere close to seeing what they might have thought they saw. So again, I'm zooming in on that section of the coin in the, let's say about 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock area. And this is, I don't know if we're going to be able to make anything out here. This is just so corroded. I mean, I can kind of, if I use my imagination, I want to see some little star tips. But I mean, look at the rest of the coin. Any of this corrosion here, you could probably make out the same patterns. Remember, your human eye wants to see patterns where there probably is no pattern sometimes. And just given the level of corrosion on this coin, I can understand PCGS saying they just don't know. So authenticity unverifiable. Let's zoom this back out. I mean, I can understand them not wanting to make a call. I mean, I guess maybe unless they can see something for certain there, they're not going to want to do that. So again, there's how the coin would sit, the reverse. And I just don't see anything. We would see it down here in this bottom left portion of the coin. Let's look at the other side of the coin just to see what we think there. I mean, it's just very corroded. The date looks really odd to me. It doesn't look like the date I've seen on other 1794s. I haven't looked at a lot of 1794s, but let's zoom in. Maybe that is normal. Again, I don't deal with a lot of early copper. So, but if you guys know, let me know in the comments below. Is like, you guys looking at this saying, Kittle, that's an obvious counterfeit, you should know about that, or you can see that a mile away, or oh no, that matches this obverse variety and it does look funky, sure. I don't know, let's turn off the microscope light. Does that help at all? No, not really. Sorry about the poor quality of the images here, but it's a pretty poor quality coin, let's just say. But you know what? If it's the real deal, if it's the real deal, we still got a 1794 large cent here, which is pretty darn cool, and not everybody has one of those for sure. Let's go back to the full screen here. Let me just take a look at this coin in hand. I mean, it does. You can see it has edge lettering. 100 for $1, so you can I can make out the edge lettering, which is cool on these. And just seeing if I get any different look in hand where I can see anything that resembles a star, and it's just so corroded it's tough to tell. So I think maybe my customer is probably going to want to contact PCGS. I'm sure they're going to want me to do this and try to find out, was this body bagged, for lack of a better term, not put into a holder, called authenticity unverifiable because they really believe it's a counterfeit, or because they just couldn't attribute which 1794 variety it is. And it's possible they might not tell us. They might not tell us, because PCGS and NGC or any grading company doesn't really like to tell you with certainty, at least in my experience, this might not be true for others, with certainty, that your coin is not genuine. Because if they're telling you your coin is completely fake, I don't know, they just don't like doing that. They'll tell you that they can't verify. Authenticity is questionable or unverifiable. That's my experience in most cases. Unless they know for certain and it's so obvious that you just bought the thing from China or from some other place that where there's known counterfeits. That's at least my experience. So anyway, unfortunately, our customer did not get the coin attributed as the starred reverse 1794 variety, and it may not even be a genuine 1794 large cent. It does surprise me, again, that the coin wasn't holdered as a regular 1794 large cent, unless, again, they determined it's not a genuine coin. And I have no expertise when it comes to early copper, especially really low-grade stuff where it's hard to make out all the details. But again, it could be that it's not genuine, or it could be the condition's just too low for PCGS to tell for certain. Anyway, either case, I'm sure our customer will be disappointed with this result, and disappointed with the money spent sending this to PCGS, because just the grading fees alone plus the shipping each way was well over $100 for the single coin. But you know what? That is why we send coins off to experts like PCGS. Not only so the seller, our customer in this case, of the coin knows for certain what they have, but also to reassure potential future buyers down the road that what they think they are buying is the genuine article. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I wish we really had a better result on this one. I was excited to open this up based on how excited my customer was, and I'm probably about as disappointed as they are, but I'm sure they're way more disappointed. But anyway, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Thanks for all of your support of my channel, and we will see you on the next one.